So today, we continue on in Romans chapter 13, looking at verses 13 and 14. And Paul says that there's some sins that we should get away from. They are, and he lists them out: carousing, drunkenness. You say, well, I don't have a problem with any of those. How about dissension and jealousy? These are all fleshly sins where our flesh says, I want to do what I want to do, and I have desires to do what I want to do. And Paul says, don't even think about them. Don't even think about how to gratify, how to satisfy these sins of the flesh or the desires of your flesh. Don't even think about how to satisfy them. Here's the point. And here's something that will help you with any type of sin. Sin happens here before it comes out of our mouth and before our body does it. It happens in our mind. We think about, okay, how can I make this happen? And then we make it happen. If we don't think about how to make it happen, then it won't happen. But I like the way that King James puts it better. Don't make provision for the flesh. If I don't get in my car, I don't go to a strip club. I have to say, that's never been a problem for me. I've never gone to strip clubs, never gone to bars. But there are things that are problems for me that I know if I don't do this, I can't commit this fleshly sin. The same thing is true in your life. If let's say your problem is pornography, if you don't have a computer connected to the internet, then you can't look at pornography. If you don't go to that website, you can't look at pornography. It is a very important thing. We identify the sins in our lives that give us problem, and if we take away the potential for that problem, then all of a sudden that sin is not in our life anymore. Let me give you an easy one. If I find myself playing a video game on my phone too much, I say, I don't want to play that game anymore. Take the game off the phone. It's hard for me to play Candy Crush Soda Saga when it's not on my phone. The point is this: identify the fleshly sins in your life. What are those sins? What are the sins that trip you up every day? Identify those, take away the potential. If there's not a way to connect to that sin, then you can't commit that sin. What are the sins in your life that you need to take away the connection? And then the Bible tells us to put on Christ. And I've challenged you with this in the written devotional. What does that look like in your life? How do you put on Christ? How do you clothe yourself with Christ? The same as getting dressed, putting on a shirt every day. How do you do that? What does that look like in your life? I want to hear your response. So if you want to read the whole devotional, go to the link at the bottom of the page, and we'll see you tomorrow.